G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for being here and watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. It is Super Rugby Round 3, Hurricanes versus the Auckland Rebels. Just kidding, the Auckland Blues. And this was Hurricanes are looking pretty good this year, I think. We're looking like it's going to be in title contentions once again. Despite Jordie Barrett getting a 3-week suspension, down from 6 weeks due to mitigating factors, the Hurricanes performed quite comfortably without Jordie Barrett's presence against a very, very, very tough Blues team on the field today. And I thought the two playmakers that was on the field, because Jordie Barrett normally does a lot of the playmaking out of the 12, taken over by Cameron Rugby, who has once again shown that he is going to be the next All Black starting scrum half. And also Ruben Love stepping up to the plate in the number 15 jersey, just making all those decisions in the back line, linking up with his outside wingers, creating space for his outside center, and just doing the kicking game, controlling where the game is played on the field, just getting involved everywhere for the Hurricanes. It was absolutely unbelievable performance by the two players. And the one thing that the two players, when it comes to Wildkard and Ruben Love, is that the speed, the absolute lightning speed that these two players brought onto the game was just unbelievable. They're so dangerous. Every time those two got the ball, you just don't know what's going to happen. And in a blink of an eye, suddenly there's a line break or the ball is kicked behind and then they're, pressuring you down your throats. It was unbelievable how good that is. And also another promising player that's coming up is Kini Naholo, the brother of Nawasake Naholo, the former All Black. And he was looking good. Just massive, Fijian body running into you on the wing, giving a bit of a space. His size just carries him over the game line again and again and again. This was also the game where TJ Piranara returned. I thought he looked a little bit rusty, to be honest. There was, a pass that went to the ground, turnover, penalties near his own try line. But I think this was not too bad for his return. He has been out for quite a long time. So I give him a bit of a pass for that. Don't want to go too hard on him for that one. I do think that the one problem with the Hurricanes is the commitment from the 4-pack in those tough contests at the breakdowns, especially at the line-out more defense. It was just every time the Blues went for the line-outs, every time they went for the more, the Hurricanes... Yeah, the Hurricanes forwards just look like a bunch of shit show. Like, it was really bad. Like, absolute pile of garbage. And that is something that the Hurricanes really need to improve. They do have some world-class forwards. Tyrell Lomax is starting tight head prop for the All Blacks. I think he's probably one of the best tight head props in the world at the moment. Definitely top 3 in the world tight head prop. Tyrell Lomax. I think Tyrell Lomax is probably the only one who would make into the Springboks, to be honest, in terms of a front rope spot. I think he's actually just that good. And even with him on the field, the Hurricanes, the rest of the pack is a little bit soft. I think the Blues really bully them quite a bit. If it wasn't for the game management out of Ruben Love and Wildkard, the Hurricanes would have been on the receiving end of a lot of more points in this game. The Blues, on the other hand, had a very clearly identified a strategy for this game. They wanted to keep the game in the forwards, hence the 6-2 bench, which almost kind of backfired them on a little bit. They had 2 early HRAs, taking 2 key players off the field, which is AJ Lamb was taken off at the same time that the Zahn Sullivan was taken off as well. Then this was only about like 15 minutes into the game. Both of them were off, so both the reserves were put onto the field for like pretty much the majority of the match. And the Blues had to play them out of position as well. So this was a not ideal start for the Blues in the back line. But the Blues have correctly identified that the Hurricanes 4-packs is a little bit weak, is a little bit soft, and, really stacked the forwards and got the results. So a lot of I think, all 3 tries were from the forwards, from the Blues, and just, solid set piece, line out more, and then just easy as that, Hurricanes 4-pack just fell apart into pieces. So I don't blame the Blues go for the 6-2 because it's clearly the right strategy. It's just a little bit unlucky the way the backs kind of turned out. But in a way, that the Blues wasn't really interested in that game too much anyway. They did have Mark Talea that was doing a lot of the work for the back line. Riku Ioane hardly touched the ball this game, was really neutralized, and it was really flat. when he did receive the ball and wasn't given any space to work with for the entire duration of the game. So that was a little bit disappointing, a really flat game from Rico. But overall, the Blues strategy was just tie, forwards. And it almost worked for the Blues, but the Hurricanes, which is a little bit better controlling the game around the park. Let's have a look at the match stats. 4 tries for the Hurricanes, 3 for the Blues, 473 meters for the Blues, 646 run meters for the Blues. I am surprised. That is so much run meters. I thought the Hurricanes would be much closer to the Blues than that. Turnovers conceded 13 against Hurricanes, 14 against the Blues. I reckon that 600 run meters, like 200 of that is probably just from Mark Talea. 180 tackles for the Hurricanes, 128 for the Blues. 31 missed tackles, Hurricanes, 32 for the Blues. Blues has a higher missed tackle percentage. 1 missed goal kick from both teams, but like I said, Hurricanes 28 kicks in the game. Blues only 22. Just controlling that kicking game a lot better than the Blues. Being able to play in the right territories and kind of like neutralizes a lot of that forward pressure that the Blues wanted to apply. Lineouts, 2 lineouts lost for the Blues. Overall, it was quite even. I thought the set piece. The scrummaging early on when Tyra Lomax was on the field, I thought that was definitely the Hurricanes had the advantages there. But in the second half, the reserve Hurricanes props and the Blues extra forward came on was just starting to really turn the corner for the Blues in that scrummaging. Penalty count 11 against Hurricanes, 10 against the Blues. The referee Geordie Wade did a great job this game. I was really and also the commentary was pretty good, stuck to the game. They didn't talk about themselves, and so I really appreciate that. And the Geordie Wade controlled the game. Didn't let the teams to waste time, and then just kept the tempo going, kept the game rolling, kept the scrum ethical, and I thought it was good. And this was an enjoyable game for me to watch. 2 different styles clashing. In terms of the ratings for the both teams, I thought the Hurricanes probably played a 7.5, and the Blues, I felt like probably due to the backs, probably due to the early injuries to the backs, I thought the Blues probably were on like a 6 at most. So it wasn't the best performance out of Blues. I was a little bit surprised that Caleb Clark wasn't selected for the Blues team. It looked like they had used Caleb Clark as a weapon to jam into the 12 channel a lot in the last couple of weeks. They just stopped. I thought that was really successful because Clark, his dad played center for the All Blacks, and I thought that they might want to transition him into the center position, and he was looking really good, really powerful. And he wasn't playing this week at all. Taking a bit of a break. Unless he's injured, let me know. I couldn't find any information about him being injured, but it is what it is. I thought if he was at center, or if he was on the field, getting more opportunity in that inside center, crashing into the center position, he might have created more space for Rieko Ioane at 13 as well. Would have been something interesting to see out of the Blues side. So points summary. Let's have a look at some of the moments. Only 1 penalty was kicked this game. So let's go from the start. So there was a lot of back and forth early in the game. It took 14 minutes for the Hurricanes to get the first try on the board. There was a nice little kick in front of the goalpost. In fact, it was almost it was a bit of a weird. It was almost like a chip over the top, but also it's like a cross. It was like a 50-50 between like a chip over the top, but also a high ball up and under, right? So this was like a little chip behind, just in front of the goalpost, and Ruben Love got the ball clean taken from the air, right in front of the Blues goalpost, and with that, all the Blues defenders were drawn in, quick ball out, fast ball out, and massive cutout pass into the winger. Josh Morby goes in for the first try, 7 points to 0 for the Hurricanes. At this point of the game, Blues were making a lot of handling errors. 21 minutes into the game, Blues already has 6 handling errors to the Hurricanes 0. And just at the same time, when things are not quite going right for the Blues, 2 HIAs occurs at the same time. Zhang Sullivan and AJ Lam both off the field, and leaving the Blues having to put on their reserves immediately, just around 20 minutes into the game. So 25 minutes into the game, the Hurricanes gets a second try on the board. This is not looking for the Blues. Some great offloads. Got the Hurricanes for some penalties, and then they kicked the ball for a 5-meter line out. They set the set piece for a Moore. The Moore didn't go anywhere, but the ball came out. Just quick ball. Really nice quick pass from Ruben Love. Again, just literally flung the ball out wide, knowing that there was space out wide. The ball bounced on the ground. scooped up by Josh Morby once again, and then went into the corner. 14 points to 0, 25 minutes in. This was looking... Did I say 2 tries? 4 tries to 3, right? Did I say 2 tries to 1? My apologies. This stats, I don't know why they just randomly changes all the time. But anyway. So that's the second try for the Hurricanes. 25 minutes into the game. 33 minutes in the game. The Blues was just looking like nothing's working. And it was looking like there could be just a one-sided flogging from the Hurricanes. Finally, Mark Talea stepped up to the play. Read the play from the Hurricanes perfectly. Plucks out an intercept. This was a really bad pass, by the way. Like, it almost looked like the pass went behind every Hurricanes player. Like, it didn't even look like it was going to anybody. It was just like out the back to no one. And Mark Talea was able to get there. I pick up the pass for some reason. That shows you how fast Mark Talea was. So he ran 50 meters down the field, getting the Blues on the ball, 14 points to 7. 36 minutes into the game, Blues gets caught offside. They try to do like a, pretty much immediately from the kickoff, they try to do like a high ball out of their own 22. And all the Blues players in front of the kicker was just walking because the ball didn't kick very far. And the referee immediately just like, nah, well, that's just penalty, offside. 17 points to 7. The Hurricanes kicks his 3 points. And just before halftime, Hurricanes got a scrum penalty and tried to squeeze that into a try. They got 5 meters short from the try line before they were pushed out, but it was really close for the Hurricanes to score just before halftime. Second half starts immediately. Hurricanes got themselves on the goal again. Wildkard, I don't know, taking some oranges at halftime, came out with full of energy, just carves through center field, massive break down the field by himself. He got about a meter short from the try line, and then just and this is just him like picking up the ball from the rocks and just went for it like we've seen him against the Springboks. And 1 meter short, the ball came out, quick hands all the way out to the wing. Naholo was the recipient. White, runs in for the third try for the Hurricanes, 24 points to 7. 44 minutes into the game, the Blues has a 3-point opportunity right in front. They went for the line out. They backed their forwards, starting to, I think they probably had a chat at halftime, wanting to play the game more tighter. They go for the line out, got another penalty. They go for line out again. And then this time, just like nice to do the more, Eklund gets the try right at the end. And the Hurricanes' ball defense was looking extremely bad. Very soft try by Eklund. Hurricanes, forwards were kind of just looking like deers in a headlight, not sure what actually is happening in front of them. Then 53 minutes into the game, the Blues, again, just getting a lot more forward, like tight play, getting some penalties. They go for another line out from the penalty. They go for the more, and then they go for another line out. Again, this is almost a repeat for before, and this time the bench really starting to show the devastation. Again, they just maul this through. Reece Telly goes in for the second forward try in the second half for the Blues. Is that the second try? No, actually, no, that's not the second try yet. No, sorry. They no, actually, they didn't score here. They got a bit close, but it didn't score. So there was a lot of back and forth on full field. There was one point where Ruben Love kicked the ball down the field, and Mark Talea had to get the ball in, carry back in goal, and he tried to throw the ball pass out to his teammates and almost got intercepted, and the ball like went out of bounds. That was really like risky from Talea. And the what is going on with my notes here? I'm not sure. But anyway, it took up all the way up to 71 minutes. Hurricanes tried to pull away, but not able to do so. 69 minutes into the game, the Hurricanes gets their fourth try on the ball. Now there was a bit of a stalemate in the midfield. The ball kind of went loose. It was bouncing on the ground. Naholo scooped it up and just went, "All right, guys, nobody wants to run this. I'll do it." Just ran straight, and he bumped off 5 players, man. Like, it was like watching him running over little kids. Bang, 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 running over 5 players. And then just a little inside ball finally to the Higgins, number 12, running for the Hurricanes, 29 points to 14. Blues immediately replied, 71 minutes. They, again, just went for the line out, went for the bread and butter. They had a penalty. They went for the line out, went for the more. They drive, and then the more defense was just once again in shambles. Riccatelli goes in for the Blues try 71 minutes into the game. Finally, 81 minutes into the game, the Blues had no chance of winning the game anymore. They only had a chance to potentially get a losing bonus point. They worked. They got really close with the penalty. And literally, they were over the try line, in fact, was held up with a penalty advantage. So they go back for the penalty. And the Blues went, all right, we're going to go for 3 points. And then the commentary was like, oh, I don't want to jinx him, but here's our, a time like this, Steven Perofeta surely will get this. And Perofeta hit the goalpost, missing the bonus point for the Blues. And that was the end of the match. 29 points to 21. Hurricanes looking really good. Even without Jordie Barrett, I think that Hurricanes is quite good. I don't know, maybe I think Jordie Barrett might be just doing a bit too much playmaking out of 12. Because like tonight, I thought the backline looked probably a little bit smoother without Jordie Barrett, without a little bit, with a little bit more, probably a bit too many playmakers on the field when you have Jordie Barrett there as well. I think just leaving Ruben Love and Wildkard to do their thing was looking very, very, very sleek for the Hurricanes tonight. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about this game, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to everyone who supports me financially. And I have little t-shirts. You can click on the shops, links in below. And thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And see you guys later. Cheers.